But to kick it off, we're going to head over to the AL East. This division was arguably the best division records-wise last year. We had the Yankees finishing in first, obviously. Then it kind of started to dwindle off. The Blue Jays were a bit disappointing in second. Rays barely made it to the playoffs third. Orioles were a huge surprise in fourth, and then Boston fifth. So far, obviously the Yankees have retained Aaron Judge. Toronto's made a couple big moves. They got Chris Bassett. They got Kevin Kiermaier. That's not a huge move, but it's a move nonetheless. Tampa Bay has been awfully quiet, but it's Tampa Bay, so they've made quietly good moves. Orioles sent Adam Frazier today. They got Kyle Gibson. The Red Sox have been loud, but not loud enough to get Xander Bogaerts back. So how are we feeling about this division?
This has to be the most competitive division in baseball. I
100%.
think it has to be. Yeah, I would say.
I mean, this and the AL West, in my opinion. I think the AL West is going to be.
Nah, you cannot even compare. I think any of these teams. No, not any of these teams, not the Red Sox, but the Red Sox. They would you have them at fifth still, even after all of the stuff that they've done?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
it's either that it's them or the Orioles.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if the Rays can maintain health, which has been such a wild card for them recently, I think that might lower them enough to get them around that like 500, maybe 5 games over 500.
That's what they were last year.
Wait, so you think that Boston and Baltimore would be better than Tampa?
No. I think Baltimore would be better than Tampa. Let's just go through mine. I got the Blue Jays winning the division. I don't think the Yankees can ever replicate that again. I don't think Judge can replicate his MVP season, his one of the best seasons of all time, individually. And that was an individual effort. I feel like the Yankees were not good without him. So I think that if Aaron Judge cannot do what Aaron Judge did this season, the Yankees are not going to be pushed over the edge, and they're not going to be the division winners. And I think the Blue Jays have not tapped into their true potential. And we all know that. We all know that they should be winning the division. In fact, most of us had them as a World Series favorites. A lot of people did, at least last year. But now it's a little different.
I didn't.
Hey, Aidan, you're really bad at predictions. Okay.
I'm special, you know.
This guy's just a hater.
I guess since I'm bad at predictions, I'll go next.
Okay.
I honestly, I almost have it finishing the same way. I could definitely see. I think the top two can go back and forth, and same with the bottom three. I think there's a gap in between the top, in between the Yankees and Toronto, and Tampa, Baltimore, and Boston.
Are you saying that there's a gap where the Yankees are above the Blue Jays?
I have them winning the division. Yeah.
Explain to me how they're better than the Blue Jays.
I just think. I mean, I know we're going off of right now. I just think Toronto has questions. Like last year, we all had them winning it, but how come they didn't? Go, Tom. You're making these faces. Obviously,
their questions were bad pitching, and they addressed that. They addressed that in the offseason.
They only finished with 92 wins. I mean, that's good. Obviously, no, that's good. But you're saying the Yankees won more games. The Yankees won 7 more games.
The Yankees had a bullpen and some starting pitching. The Blue Jays had 3 starting pitchers. That was it.
All I'm saying is I think that the Yankees will find a way to. Yankee love here it comes. But the Yankees will find a way to win this division. And
Brad, just go ahead.
No, you called me crazy last year for thinking it. You did. You thought I was stupid. And then what happened? They won the division.
There was no analysis behind that. That was just you liking the Yankees, Aidan.
Yeah,
there was no analysis
right now. Okay, but when they I'm looking. I know we shouldn't be looking forward. We need to be looking at right now. I just have a feeling that they're gonna go get Rodon.
But it's as constructed.
Okay, then as right now, then I'll put Toronto as 1. If they make no other moves.
Okay.
But I think they will.
So it is your prediction that the Yankees will be the team that signs Carlos Rodon.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's fair.
That's not out of the ordinary. Yeah.
I don't even have the Yankees as the 2 seed in this division at the moment. I have the Tampa Bay Rays as the number 2 team in this division. And I have the Blue Jays in first, but I don't have them as like a juggernaut first. I have them at like 94 wins in first place. I think the AL East will be very competitive. I don't know how good it is going to be.
What do you have the wins at?
I just said the Blue Jays at like 94. I'd go like Rays like 89, 90,
Okay.
Yankees behind them at like 87.
Yeah, I just want to see the gap in the.
It's gonna be tough, especially in a division like that, because they're playing each other so much. It's gonna be hard to, jump ahead to like 100 wins plus.
Yeah.
So I definitely I don't see, because there's not even bottom feeders in this division anymore. Even the Red Sox are trying to compete. They're not actually going to, but they're trying. So there's no free wins in the AL East. So I think it's gonna be a lot closer.
Well, I do believe though this is the first year that they're doing like you play a division less, correct? You play every single
Yeah.
team in the league at least once. So I think that does benefit the teams in the AL East, which might make their win totals a bit higher, is that you play every team to play your division less.
Yeah. Brad, I'm kind of curious about the bottom of the division though. What's that looking like for you?
So I have the Yankees in third place. And so I'm kind of conflicted because, again, I really don't think this Red Sox team is any bit different than what they put on the field last year. I think the bullpen has got an upgrade. I think Eovaldi's gone, and he might be gone for good. I don't count Chris Sale as a member of this rotation. And so you're looking at like Cutter Crawford, Tanner Houck, maybe Whitlock, maybe. So I think they're going to be bottom of the division again, and it kind of puts the Orioles in fourth. I do have the Orioles taking a little bit of a step back right now. I could see them kind of being a 500 team, give or take 2-3 wins, kind of like they were last year, just not as exciting. I think they'll be more of a 500 team throughout the whole year. Where do you guys fall?
I'm a little confused why the Orioles are not getting as much love as they should be getting. I think the Orioles might be contending not for the top spot, but for a second or third spot. In their second half of the season was
Starting
insane.
pitching.
Yeah, and
I
I
mean,
think that.
no, go ahead.
What do you think? No, I just think that a team that got so red hot in the second half of the season, I feel like people look at their 2022 record and they say that's not that good. But when you look at their second half record, it's kind of below the surface. You have to dig, but when you do dig and you do see what's actually there, you're gonna get a good team next year. And I think this is a team that might win like 10 games over 500, maybe 15 games over 500.
Interesting. So you have them in second place?
I have them in third place. I had the Yankees in second place. I still think they're going to retain the talent, and I think they're going to go out and buy another big name. It wouldn't shock me if they get Rodon as well. So I think they're going to finish in second, but I just do not see them winning the division ever again.
Ever again. Okay.
Ever.
Um, no, I just with Baltimore, I think last season, like they were just playing. I don't know. I don't know if I'm using this term right. They were on like a fever dream. Like it was just everything they were doing was like especially in the second half of the season, everything they were doing felt like they were doing it right. And they're not going to carry it. I don't think there's any chance they carry it over to this season, Tom. Like I know what you're saying, 15 games over. I don't. I think maybe. Honestly, I think the max is 6, 7 games over. I personally have them, like Brad said, floating around 500. I think they're gonna probably take a step backwards. I'd say about 81, 82 wins this year. So basically the same.
And where does that put them in your division standings?
Puts them fourth.
Okay.
I think I if we're going off of right now, I'll go Toronto, New York, Tampa, Baltimore, Boston.
All right. And Tom, how does your division wrap up?
I got the Blue Jays, then the Yankees, then the Orioles, then the Rays. Yes, the Rays are very low for me this year, and then the Red Sox.
I don't think they're necessarily low. I think
They're
that
not they're not going to be low. I don't think their record. I
I,
think if you put the Rays in another division, they're
yeah,
finishing first or second.
yeah.
But in this division, it's going to be so close that fourth place looks bad. But if we actually dug deeper and I showed you what my predicted record was for them,
hmm,
you'd be like, that's not that bad. So
yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah.